Record. Have it. We do also have. Whoa, whoa. Record. Oh, we also have this. All right. Voila machines. Like, voila. Disappear. I say disappear. Um, I rearranged my office. Welcome to the magical forest, everyone. We're going to. Oops, I just leaned on the keyboard that's under here. Okay, we're going to get our trusty student off of this. We're gonna pin my video. We're gonna great. And then we're gonna, I don't know if I can record, so we're gonna, oh, yeah, I did. I am recording. Why did I say that? We're good to go. Excellent. I'm gonna put this large like this, and we'll get started. Let me see where my little notes are. There they are. Oh my goodness, we did it. We did it, everybody. There's something right in this area. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna go with it. I think it's just a little pile of nonsense. Hi, everybody. I'm Rocky. You can start the recording now. You can start the edit right about here, and then I'll say, "Hi, welcome to Class Transitions, Thursday nights at 6:30 for Workout with Erica Nix. Thursday night, 6:30, Patreon only workouts. We're here with our trusty, very, very cool, awesome student Chris, and we're going to do a couple of very light things. We started, you see behind me, with a little bit of a pillow stack with what this is a rolled up um, blanket inside of a rolled up yoga mat. That's kind of what I made. It's like it's soft. It's going to go right down the center of my spine. I'm going to lay my back on that soon. So find you a place like that. You're very welcome here. This is one of those workouts that are atypical. We usually focus on our community, LGBTQIA 2S plus folks, and anybody who loves to like make working out fun again. We sometimes start with dance, sometimes we start with stretch and getting into the body and really embodying, getting some embodiment in place, and that's how we're going to start today. Both Chris and I talked about sometimes it just feels like kind of tiring to do a full workout after a full day's work, and I couldn't agree more. Sometimes that's a great opportunity to just do a short, about 20 minutes is what we have on today's clock. We're going to do a short 20-minute check-in on the body, a few workout related things, and then we'll send you on your way to have a nice dinner, nice hydration, and yeah. So let's get started. We'll probably end today and probably a good night's sleep too as well. So yeah, it's about 6:45 now. We usually start at 6:30, do a little check-in, and now we're gonna find our place on the ground here. You can turn your camera off if you come into our class, or right now you can just kind of put me on in the background, throw on some earbuds. You and I are gonna go on a little bit of a journey, doing a body scan, checking in with ourselves before we do a few functional movements and then some stretching. And welcome to the workout today. And when you get on the ground, you can use items like a chair nearby, just in case you need something to help you both get down onto the ground and get back up from the ground. If you don't want to be on the ground today, that's perfectly fine. You can sit in a chair just nice and comfortably and do this body scan with your feet flat on the ground. As you get to your kneeling position, I want you to try to focus on where the position of your bottom part of this bolster or this pillow is. You want that to align with your hip here. And if you're hearing music in the background, oh, and I hope you are, it's Chill Hop Radio on Twitch. And if you hear some advertisements in the back, it's because they play them sometimes. And we're going to go back to getting prepped for this little relaxation here. We're going to lay on our backs on this really kind of interesting little stack here. And sometimes the hardest part about getting into this position is the setup. So take your time and really, almost like you're getting ready for bed, really focus on how can I get in position where when my hips or the back of my hips are up against this bolster or this pillow and the yoga mat, I'm rotating my hips to where I'm seated with my back up against the pillow and then positioning the yoga mat just to the center of the back so that when I lay back, I almost go into a small back bend to let my head sit here. Now, let's say I don't like that. That makes me feel dizzy or strange. And when I try to go to cactus arms and let my shoulders and elbows fall to the side, it really just does not feel great on my shoulders, my pecs. Then you want to decrease the amount of stuff under you. So take the yoga mat roll away, and just do the pillow or leave the mat and move the pillow. The other option is to grab yourself a yoga block or several. I have two here, also great for helping you get on and off the ground. So when we're getting in this position and we lay down, what we're trying to do is lay completely still for a few moments. And so comfort is key. And that's why we're starting with one of the best ways to start a workout, nice and slow. I use a yoga block under my head and kind of start the decline higher. And then slowly as I start to relax, pressing my shoulders into the earth, pressing my hips into the earth, and I start to relax, I might flatten this yoga block and slowly lower myself into the position I want to be in. And if I am able to lay flat, but my elbows are still uncomfortable, I can lay my block instead of under my head right here on the side so my elbows can relax. Here we are, we've arrived. Today's workout is going to include things like um, getting into a bear position, crawling, a little bit of jumping, maybe some light jumping jacks, a little bit of push-ups, maybe some twists, maybe a little core if we have time. But we're just gonna try those exercises. We're not gonna do circuits of them. So just checking in on each body system. But for now, I want you to focus on if you feel comfortable. Are your feet flat on the ground and pressing down? Hips flat on the ground, pressing down, becoming heavier with gravity? Are your elbows feeling supported? Could you do without support and let your elbows kind of hang to the side? Let your arms fall to the ground. Breathe deeply into the front of your chest. If this is too much heart opening, that's understandable. Big hug here, covering the body with a blanket. These are comfort. These are comfort tools you can try. I think I can be here for another couple of minutes. So now I'll start my body scan from the tippy top of my head, feeling the hairs, individual hairs coming out of my scalp. I can feel my hair growing. Scanning down to my forehead, the wrinkles, the crinkles, the worries, forethought, foresight, all of that falls away, down, slides down the back of the scalp, washes off of you like shampoo in the shower. To the eyes, we relax the eyes. We're not looking around. Maybe we have them slightly closed, fully closed. Relaxing the jaw, the shoulders, the cheeks. We might even make a motorboat sound with our lips. We might even unclench the jaw and yawn. And pause. Relax the front of the neck and the back of the neck. The sides of the neck relax. You can hum lightly. Oh, E, I, O, U. You can breathe deeply into the front of the chest. Relax the shoulders down, the elbows down toward the ground. Widen the fingers if you'd like. Spread the fingers out across the hands. The bones of the hands are pulling the skin apart a little bit so you get to stretch through the skin, the webs of the fingers. Relax everything. Relax the triceps, the biceps, the hands. Relax your fingerprints. Breathe out, relax the core. If you want to expand the belly up to the sky, do that when you breathe in. Relax and let your body fall farther to the ground. We're almost there. Now to your hips. If you want, you can start to sway, put some organic movement in there. Sometimes sitting absolutely still may not be exactly what you need. You can rock left to right. You can hug the body and rock. You can remain still and scan down to your hips, pressing them into the earth. Scan through to the glutes, pressing those down into the earth, and then squeeze them and relax them. Squeeze the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs, relax them. Squeeze the knees, relax them. Squeeze the shins, lift the toes to the sky, press the feet into the earth, and relax the lower half of your body. A big yawn. And a sigh. And relax here just for a few more moments. Nothing with the body. Is today the day I want to do anything more than this? If the answer is no, stay right there. Listen to us working out. It still will make you feel like you worked out. If you can stay right here, you can return here at any point. The point of working out is to check in with the body, not for a goal, not to check a box, to check in with the body. When we do these moves, it's not about how many reps. It is about engaging every single muscle involved in that movement so you don't lose functionality over time. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears and relax the back of your shoulders towards the earth. Let your body fall heavy. This seems like it shouldn't be allowed, but it is. Relaxation will give you more in a workout than 1,000 burpees. As you begin to animate the body, I want you to focus on the knees and the lower half of the body, windshield wipering the knees left to right. One knee can drop farther in than the other to the midline, but the other leg falls out to the side. You don't have to touch the ground, you're just waking up the hips and the low back. You can also bring one knee up towards the chest, back and forth, pulling one knee up towards the chest. You can shake one leg and place that leg down and shake the other leg. Great. You can shake one arm. You can flap that across to the side and over. And notice that there's still warmth that starts when you do this. Motion brings warmth. There's warmth in the room because of the lights in your room. There's warmth in your room because you don't have wind or elements on you. And we are grateful for that today. We're shaking both arms now. Shake one arm, then the other, then both. And then I'm lifting the arms above my head like I'm trying to knock on the floor behind me with the back of my hands. And then I'm making my butterflies by shaking my hands all the way around and make big circles, crossing the arms Going all the way around, big circles. Good job. Now relax those hands wherever is comfortable and turn the head left and right. You can pause when you feel something that feels engaging for a stretch. Come back here at the end, so keep this close by, this bolster. But we are beginning to move into our seated up position. So I want you to roll one side to the other. You can reach the opposite arm over. You can roll the head and reach the arm to that side. So roll the head, nose faces one way, hand faces that same direction as the nose. You're starting to slowly roll yourself off of the pillow and onto a side position. So the side position can look like rolling off of this and kind of scooting yourself to laying sideways on the pillow for a moment, or it can look like coming up onto your elbow. And then it can look like turning your body over so that you are now seated on your knees facing this pillow and pushing this pillow out of the way, this pillow stack out of the way. Put that very close to you. Good job. Now we're in our seated up position. We've had a change in the body. So I want you to pause here and see how that feels before we do anything else. Sitting here, I see an opportunity for us to move back and forth into our tabletop position and then our kneeling position. And when you go to tabletop, you can tuck those toes under so we can prepare for bear. And how I prepare for bear is rocking my body forward and backwards, so that I'm stretching the back of my wrists a little bit and the front of my ankles a little bit. So this is a 6-point rock, 2 points in the front, 2 points in the middle, and 2 points in the back of stability. I'm bringing my core in and up slightly to protect my organs and my spine from falling forward. But I don't have to clench the core. I can breathe nice and easily, keep my face a little bit more relaxed. If class ends today before you have a chance to see the full workout, that's okay. You can just start this video over again and do some of this stuff to help you feel really great to prepare for whatever workout you can do. We have several online on our Patreon, and you can join us today at Workout with Erica Nix. So you can go in circles here, kind of start to drop the hips down on one side or the other. You'll see me making kind of a rainbow shape with my spine and then spiraling it left and right like I'm a jump rope. So I'm doing a lot of mobility in my spine. And now when I'm going back to my knees, I'm leaving my feet tucked under. So I stretch my toes out wide. Back to my tabletop, facing my nose down towards the ground, relax the back of my neck, sit up tall in my kneeling position. And now I'm starting to rock my body back so that my feet will start to touch the ground and I'll come into a low squat. How wide you keep your feet away from each other will give you a lot more mobility in these ankles. They have to turn the toes out a little bit. And if you need to rock up instead into a pike or bear position, but not up into the full squat, that's fine. Just lift the knees slightly. Widen the feet more and more so you can get into this low squat position. And if you can, try to press your elbows into your knees a little bit, top of your thighs, and sit up a little tall for a moment. That's going to bring a lot of warmth to you, but once you're warm, okay? Once you're feeling warm, you can shake some of this out, shake the wrist out, right? And we're going to move into the next piece. So once you've shaken those wrists out, you gotten a little warm in the body, we're going straight to our bears and our crawls, bears and crawls. So a bear is coming from this tabletop position. Get nice and wide with this position. Get nice and wide. Nice wide base with the hands, nice wide base with the feet, right? And what I'm trying to do is press like I'm doing a push-up at the front and like I'm about to do down dog in the back. but my head and shoulders stay in pretty much the same position. The only thing that's really moving is my knees are elevating. So my shoulders are over my wrists, and when I lift up, I am engaging that core muscle without engaging it on purpose. So when my knees elevate, even half an inch, it gives me an incredible amount of stability and engagement through the outside of my core, through the center of my core, through the back muscles as I squeeze those together. And if I don't like that on my wrists, I can press through the floor by punching the mat with my hands and lifting here, relaxing the face and the jaw, and kind of pushing the top of the head away from the tail, right? And relax down, go back to, rotating the body, making the joints feel a little looser before you lift and hold again. Excellent. And once you've done that a few times, sit up and relax here in your kneeling position or seated position, whatever's comfortable. Take a few breaths if you'd like. Check in with the body. It should be incredibly warm throughout the body right now. Notice what's warm. Take stock of what is engaged and what is not engaged. Excellent job. We're going back to our tabletop position, and now we're just keeping that warmth going. Opposite hand to opposite knee crawl. Opposite hand forward, opposite knee forward, crawling. Going backwards, opposite knee back, opposite hand back, crawling backwards. Opposite knee back, opposite hand back, crawling backwards. And keep going forward and back like this for a few times, like you're learning to crawl, like a wee little baby. A baby that is crawling for the first time might rock or sway. They might forget to balance. They might do this naturally with opposite hands and then the same hands. They might not choose the exact same path or linear path. So your crawling can look like this. Don't forget, you can always return to the first thing, which is laying down in our position of comfort that I taught you. But if you're crawling with me, this is option one. And option two is combining the two moves. Shake those wrists out. When you're crawling, you're lifting up. And your opposite leg and arm is crawling forward and back. Forward and back. Good work. Take a moment. Walk around if you need to. Stand up if you need to. That was your first little bit of engagement. Make your way up to standing, however that looks, or back to laying. We're moving into a little bit of our standing sequence. So our standing sequence will involve just a little bit of jumping, and then we're going to go back to a plank sequence, and then onto the ground, and then our stretch. So we'll do the standing series, and that will be our squat jumps. Yes, I love squat jumps. So we'll do squat jumps, and then we'll do 3 push-up times. So squat jumps look like this. We're getting a nice standing position. Squat jumps are kind of the same as jumping jacks, except for just the bottom of the body moves, right? So we're lowered down. You don't have to go far. Sitting like you're sitting in a very tall chair first, right? And then we're putting one foot out, other foot out. 1 foot out, other foot out. Our chest is high, our shoulder blades are pinched together. We have a little bit of tone in our core, just a little, just to hold everything together. And this is one way we can do a squat jump modification or option. And then we have the jump itself, landing softly and keeping everything kind of in the same position as when we were standing like this, right? That's it. Give it a little bit more. We can go back to this. Excellent. A few more here. Light, soft jumps. And stand up and walk that out. Good job. That's a squat jump. Now we're going back to our plank position. The plank position can be accomplished by using your chair to get back down And here's what we're doing. We're just doing 3 types of push-ups. You'll do a narrow push-up. The narrow push-up can be a little bit closer in than your shoulder. Then about a regular size push-up, a regular distance push-up, then a wide push-up. The one thing we're doing, keeping our elbows closer into the torso at about a 45-degree angle, no matter where they are. The elbows are always coming in at a 45-degree angle to the torso. Coming from a tabletop position, you can press out into a half plank, or you can go full plank for this. I just want to see one good one of each. Okay, you take your time getting down there. I'm starting close grip, keeping it nice and close. You can go diamond, you get it nice and relaxed, all the way down, all the way up. Sit up, in between, check in on the self, back to the medium, second of the 3 push-ups, down very slow, relax at the bottom, push through the chest wall and the back walls, back muscles, sit up tall, go nice wide grip next. We're almost done with this. Before we do a little bit of stretching, go nice and wide with your grip, take it nice and low, big wide chest, push out and sit up. Good work. If you want to, we can go ahead and flip over. All we're doing next is some canoes. We climbed a mountain. We've been to the mountaintop, and now we're gonna canoe our way out to safety. You're sitting up, facing the same direction uh, as your knees. Everything's in one direction, the nose, the toes, the knees, sitting up nice and tall, chest is a little bit up and out ahead of you. And we are going into canoes by leaning slightly farther back. We feel the core come on, and now we're just putting that oar in the water. Let's call it a kayak, not a canoe. So you got one of them oars with oars on both sides, but it's one continuous long staff that you're hanging on to, and you're just canoeing. You're kayaking. You're kayaking. You got it. Excellent job. Go ahead and sit up for me, sitting your nice tall seated position. These will be our final stretches for today. I want you to sit up nice and tall, and we'll stretch in this position. We're going to sit up nice and tall, reach those arms straight up to the sky. Reach one arm up to the sky, then reach the other arm up to the sky, then bring the arms down and to the lap. Reaching up, big rainbow arms to the sky, drop the shoulders, reach one arm slightly higher, the other arm slightly higher. Maybe go one more time, reaching this arm high, then the other arm high, then bring it back down. Excellent job. Let us rock ourselves back and roll the back, then push the chest forward. Roll the back to the back, push the chest forward. Sit up nice and tall in the center, spine is nice and tall, then snake to the left, snake to the right. Snake to one side, snake it to the other side. Now let's make ourselves a big old circle with that spine. Big old circle one way, big old circle the other way. Another big old circle one way, big old circle the other way. You are doing fantastic. Here's what we're doing. Both legs straight out ahead of us or in a big V. Big V on the leg. Reaching nice and tall up to the sky, then climbing ourselves forward, reaching ourselves forward about halfway, holding here, back of the legs are in stretch, toes to the sky, hold here. You can breathe and relax. You can drop your hands down to your shins, chest forward and up. Good job. Bend these knees, put the hands behind you, and we're going back to dropping our knees to one side or the other. Good job. A few times of this. And as we end today, I invite you to go back to your pillow, the pillow stack, get that thing moved over to you. Start to work your way into that laying position. Return here for your final body scan as our time runs out. Very proud of you today. Thank you for working out with us this week and every week. I think next week Erica will be back with us and we'll probably co-teach. Working out with Erica Nix is always meant to be fun and sometimes maybe a little bit relieving. I hope you feel great this week and we'll see you next time. I'm going to get into my relaxation phase and start my body scan. Oh, you did it. Thank your body. Relax those shoulders and that jaw, top of the head and the bottom of the feet. Relax those fingernails. Relax the back of your eyelids. You can turn your head to one side or the other. You can also, if you need more time to slow down the heart rate, you can start on the side with your hips up against this, and you can twist your body so that your chest is on the pillow a little bit more. And that'll help you slow the heart down a little bit. And it feels good on the back. So there's options on how to lay. Be good to yourself. And if you're watching on YouTube, hi YouTube, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. And if you twist long enough on one side, you can also switch and twist the other way. But the goal is just to do some assisted light stretching and laying around and body scanning. You don't have to be as still as at first. Oh, there it is. Back my legs like logs. And when you've had enough stretching, you can sit right on top of this here. Just sit yourself right on top. You can sit in one of the many ways that are a great comfortable way to sit. Try sitting this way more often throughout your week instead of sitting in your chairs. Sit on something and sit closer to the ground. Maybe have one foot forward like this, or both feet forward like this, or one foot, the other foot forward. You can also extend a leg out. These are ways you can sit to kind of give your body a little more options, not just sitting in a chair flat. This is a great way to sit while you finish your workout today. And I wish you all the best this week. You should be very proud. This you can check off of your list, but I hope that you got so much more out of it. Again, I didn't say what my name is. I'm Rocky. My pronouns are he, him, his. And this has been Workout with Erica Nix, Thursday night, 6:30, class transition. Bye.